because I think it's supposed to be, oh well, it doesn't matter, but Venture Spirit banned out once again. Again, the hero most popular in the 82L, so not surprised to see her banned out. She also has a very good win rate in this tournament. Classic, thinking a little bit about this, maybe want to respect ban some heroes of Thundercats, maybe want to just consider, maybe do what they did last game, ban out the Death Prophet, ban out the Voker, because Thundercats do have first pick. They might grab either of those heroes, and once again, I think Outworld Devourer is just seriously undervalued by a lot of these teams, and they do ban out the Death Prophet, a hero they don't want to deal with, and the hero is certainly very, very good.
Seconds remaining.
Classic Joker may also consider banning out the Slardar. I think the Slardar, I think it was Carwizzle playing the Slardar, had extremely high impact on that hero and played it very well, and it really fit in how Thundercats wanted to play. It was just such a good pick for them. They made it work, and I mean, it was, for a long time, the only hero of theirs that died, but the hero was very, very strong, and the amp damage certainly was felt. And a team that would otherwise have a really hard time taking Roshan got it very quickly and putting that on their Morphling, who's already hard to kill. So, Slardar actually banned out by Thundercats themselves. Even though they have the first pick, I find that a little interesting, but maybe they don't want to play it and they don't want to play against it.
Seconds remaining.
Classic Joker might go for a Respect Man, might go for something standard like the Gyrocopter. Maybe even ban out Dazzle or Witch Doctor themselves.
Reserve time.
Radiant team pick.
So they go with the Respect Ban on the Ancient Apparition. Thundercats played that hero very, very well, and it also would allow Classic Joker to pick up the Dazzle again, a hero that they seem to like very much, and without having to worry about its healing being negated. Thundercats open with a Darkseer, a hero that was banned out last series, or last game, and it's very good hero, and they open with their Invoker and Dazzle, so they Classic Joker definitely really likes the Dazzle, and the mid lane going to be very hard. I think Thundercats should grab like an Ancient, or not Ancient, Outward Devourer. It can lane well against Invoker, but they go for the Witch Doctor instead, so decent pick, and both these heroes clearly highly prioritized among these teams, but I really think Thundercats, depending on what mids are banned out next, Outworld Devourer is just a good pick. You have Vac into Eclipse.
10 seconds remaining.
Into Sanity's Eclipse, that is, so
5 seconds remaining.
It would give them a lot of team fight, a lot of just... His right clicks are so strong, and he lanes up decently against the Invoker, and Thundercats gonna ban out the Juggernaut, a hero Classic Joker played very, very well last game. So far, I think Classic Joker, I mean, their first two picks feel a lot stronger to me. Thundercats has some good picks, but the mid lane of Classic Joker should be fine. I mean, if Dazzle carries a TP, he can rotate it and save the Invoker pretty much every time. So going to be really hard to deal with the Dazzle and Invoker together. So, because if Invoker's ever having problems, you just put the Dazzle there. With Ancient Apparition banned, let's see. Slardar gone. And yeah, Classic going to take out the Outworld. That hero would have been very good for them, for Thundercats. And I think Thundercats should ban Oracle. I don't know if Classic Joker play it, but it would be pretty good with them. Although the support duo would lose a lot of killing potential. Actually, Thundercats could pick the Oracle. Lots of burst. The Purge is good. The magic immunity up against this Invoker, very, very good. And his ult is like Shallow Grave on steroids. I would really like to see Thundercats get an Oracle. Plus, there's like a slight synergy with the Vacuum plus the Purge, the small root after the Vacuum. And now that OD is gone, Thundercats could grab a hero such as... Let's see. Well, the Jar Ranger is gone, and I guess they could have Classic could have used it. They do have mostly ranged heroes, so would be kind of annoying, I guess. I think Jar Ranger was banned out last game too.
10 seconds
What
remaining.
heroes could these teams take? Let's see, off lane support,
5
so
seconds
carry
remaining.
mid support. So let's see. Anti-Mage gone. I don't know if that would have been great, but it certainly wouldn't have been bad for Thundercats. And Classic Joker could grab something like, okay, yeah, the Gyrocopter is safe, goes good with the Dazzle, and
Team pick.
if he gets Alacrity'd, lots of damage very quickly. Thundercats need to think about how they want to lane this, because they're gonna have a rough time in the laning stage. Classic already shaping up to have very strong lanes and lots of kill potential.
10 seconds remaining.
5
See,
seconds remaining.
Thundercats, if they're looking for a mid now, there's still Invoker, or sorry, no, bleh, Shadow Fiend and TA.
Reserve time.
I personally would really like to see a Templar, or not Templar, she would get wrecked. She would get wrecked hard by this Gyro. And kind of hard by this Invoker too. OD gone, Shadow Fiend I like. But Puck also actually very good. The silence on the Dazzle,
Team pick.
and I can't believe I forgot about Puck, but Puck should be okay against Invoker in lane. Shouldn't have to worry about dying. And also good synergy with the Darkseers. So it looks like Thundercats are looking for heroes that synergize with their Vacuum. Classic Joker looking for their offlane and support. I think they could get a hero
10
like a
seconds
Clockwork,
remaining.
get really disruptive in their face. And speaking of disruptive, the Disruptor very good against the Puck. It's hard to get out of the Static Storm when it's sitting right on top of you. So I like this pick. Plus, if he can glimpse back the Jaunt, you can glimpse back a Surged hero. So Disruptor very good. Also, I think can actually cancel Death Ward with Glimpse. So I like this pick a lot, and it's a much better support it's a really good support for Classic Joker, and Thundercats are gonna have a really hard time. I think this game will be harder than last,
10 seconds
just based on the
remaining.
draft. Classic Joker, their draft has a lot more synergies,
5
and their
seconds
draft has a
remaining.
lot more counters to the Thundercats draft this time.
Reserve
Thundercats, Ember Spirit would not be good here. Phantom Lancer might be okay. Gyro doesn't really counter the hero. Invoker doesn't really counter the hero. It's tanky. It gets in the back line. It can split push. Creates a lot of pressure. Can get aggressive early. Although they could also go something like a Medusa. Doesn't actually seem that bad. Considering... But actually Luna, similar to Medusa in the sense like you've got a big team fight ultimate and hit a lot of heroes at once. And I actually really like this because it doesn't care that much about the Disruptors. She's going to get a BKB at some point. And that's when she hits 6, she has lots of kill potential because Classic Joker, the one thing that they have a huge problem with, and it was something they had a similar problem with last game, and I would really like to see them pick up a hero like a Clockwork, or actually Centaur would be
5
great for
seconds
Classic this
remaining.
game. They just don't have that much catch right now. At least this time they have the Glimpse and like a Tornado.
Reserve time.
But even so, I think Rubik might have been not amazing for Thundercats, honestly. And the Faces Void, very good ban from Thundercats. I think that hero would have been awesome for Classic Joker. I would like to see a Centaur or a Clockwork out of Classic. A hero with good catch and a decent laning stage too. Something that will let them get really aggressive on Thundercats. Because if this goes really late, I think Thundercats will win. They have the Witch Doctor ward. They have the Wall, which is just an insanely strong late game.
10
Puck doesn't
seconds
scale
remaining.
amazing, but scales decent. It's just Luna will just become Godzilla and be
5 seconds
unkillable when she
remaining.
gets like a Satanic and Butterfly if it goes late enough. So I would really like to see. I guess Tide's pretty good too. AoE. It looks like Classic Joker really wanted a lot of AoE team fight power this game. Thundercats have some really good team fight, and if they want some more, they're looking for their next support. They could grab something greedy like an Enigma. Jungle, give lots of XP to the Witch Doctor Luna, apply pressure. Although Static Storm and Ravage to cancel the Black Hole, so no, not good.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's see. More team fight.
5 seconds remaining.
Shadow Demon. Jakiro might not be bad. I like Shadow Demon a lot, though.
Reserve time.
Okay, that's just me being biased towards Shadow Demon, though. I have no real justification for the Shadow Demon pick.
10
I
seconds
just like the
remaining.
hero a lot. I could go something like a Lion too, get aggressive early, but yeah, Jakiro. Synergizes great with this Darkseer. Probably should have elaborated a little bit on why I thought Jakiro was good, but it's kind of easy to see. Synergizes with the Darkseer. Damage in the Dream Coil. Can stop blinks from far away. Pushes towers really hard, and actually Thundercats can push pretty well with the Luna, Jakiro, and Witch Doctor heal. So, two very different drafts, I think. Two pretty similar drafts. Both teams want a team fight, and it's just going to be whichever team gets their combo off first. Witch Doctor's going to have to be very, very patient, dropping the Death Ward, to ensure that he doesn't get cancelled by the Ravage or the Static Storm. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on this Witch Doctor to position himself really well.
Seconds remaining.
So while we're at this screen, I guess I'll introduce the teams.
5 seconds
Starting with
remaining.
Classic Joker, we've got Rose playing the Invoker, Yamp on the Dazzle, Zevestia on the Gyro, Arg on Tidehunter, and Veyron playing the Disruptor. And then we have Zim on the side of Thundercats playing the Cairo, Snarf, who was our extremely talented Morphling last game, playing the Luna, Saltspire, who was on Viper, playing the Puck, Madkus on the Witch Doctor, and Carwizzle on the Darkseer. We'll see if Thundercats play as well as they did last game, then it's going to be a challenge for Classic. I feel like both of these drafts they have similar strengths, but Classic, I think, has the stronger lanes. Gyro is a better laner than Luna. Disruptor, although more kill potential from the supports on Thundercats, it feels like. You've got the Cask, you've got Ice Path, you've got Dual Breath actually does a lot of damage, plus the Liquid Fire does a lot of damage. Carwizzle is going to be solo. They're doing an aggro try from Thundercats, and I think this is the right play. Run it, like, keep the supports from Classic from rotating, and just, like, go for as many kills as you can get. Like, zone and harass as hard as you can. So I like that a lot, unless
The battle begins.
they're going to be giving this to the Gyrocopter, so Puck got a bounty, whereas Invoker did not, so this lane could be a little difficult for him at the start.
I got a lot of gold riding on this.
Witch Doctor dropping a ward in mid, going to be able to see these heroes rotating up. Actually, they did ping out a ward, so it's probably going to get dewarded immediately from the Dazzle, so very unfortunate. Got spotted out, and that's going to cost Thundercats quite a bit and make mid lane a little bit more difficult. Give Dazzle a small boost of XP and gold. Unfortunate, but thanks to Puck getting the bounty rune, should be okay. Smoke now purchased on the Witch Doctor. They might want to get aggressive very early. Jakiro already trying to zone out these heroes, but it looks like he missed the damage over time component of his Dual Breath. They have to prevent these pulls. They must prevent pulls. Although they can also just pull through here themselves. It looks like that's going to happen. He needs to wait till the creep wave's like right here to do it, but so this is going to be try v try, and kind of hard to call which one is better off. So damage coming out. Snarf in danger though from huge damage from the rocket barrage, and that's just the strength of the Gyrocopter. Snarf getting hit by that now and could be in danger. Dual Breath. Now Gyrocopter in a little bit of trouble. Jakiro might go down here. Are they going to be able to get him? But Witch Doctor popping that salve, and now Witch Doctor going to go down. Madkus in serious trouble. Got a little greedy and just going to get right-clicked down by these supports. And a close fight, but Gyrocopter's damage is too high. They should have waited till they had Lucent Beam. They really, really needed the Lucent Beam before they bothered with that, I think. And now it looks like this is going to be disastrous for Thundercats, because they have to walk back, so they're going to be behind in levels now. Not to mention Dazzle level 2, Disruptor almost level 2, so things looking very, very bad for Thundercats all of a sudden in their tri-lane. And actually Puck getting harassed up a bit in the mid lane. Still about even with the Invoker, but has his bottle on the way. And in fact, they just move Their hero, they just ditched the tri-lane, and this was the right call. Ditch your tri-lane, it failed. Just get your Luna free farm. Because your Darkseer is not going to have a huge issue. Just try not to get anchor smashed, yeah. Trying to juke the anchor smash. So this was the right, I think this was the definitely correct call for Thundercats. Because if they had stayed up there, their tri-lane would have just lost. They'd have to rotate the puck to get anything, and fortunately Glimpse not long enough range yet, but Carwizzle needs to be a little bit careful. He is level 4 though. Luna only level 2. Whereas Gyrocopter level 3. So things already looking kind of bad for Thundercats, but they may be able to recover, get some stacks in the jungle. The Luna will farm them very nice, and now they're pulling. They need to hold the lane so that she doesn't have to last in under tower. Luna's not very good at lasting under tower because of her attack range, thanks to the Lunar Blessing. Carwizzle's positioning himself a bit back, knowing that he could be killed off by this tri-lane. And actually, Puck solo killing the Invoker. I can't believe I just missed that, but this mid lane basically is in serious trouble now. And unfortunately, Dazzle did not have a TP and doesn't have points in Grave anyway. So, not able to rotate to save their Invoker, and yet another stack here. And once Luna gets some points in Glaives, that will be very easy for her to take. Invisible Jakiro might look to rotate on this Invoker. Puck has Dream Coil now, so Invoker could be in serious danger. Maxing the Illusory Orb. It's just really personal preference, it seems like, on whether you get the Illusory Orb or the Waning Rip. And actually, Darkseer ended up dying to top. I apologize, I missed yet another kill. But they're going in on the Tidehunter, but I don't know if they'll be able to get this. So he's taking a lot of damage and will very likely go down here. Malediction. Lucent Beam cooling down right now. Are they going to be able to get him? He's barely going to survive or pop. And unfortunately, no Lucent Beam to get the last kill to the last hit. And I think that might have been a slight misplay from Thundercats. But it's okay. Forcing Tidehunter back and forcing Disruptor out of lane. So Darkseer will have a little bit more space. Although Gyrocopter level 5. Luna only level 3 still, so these lanes not going really how Thundercats want, although Puck is doing well in his lane. TP coming bot, Tidehunter back in lane now, level 4. Probably gonna go, Disruptor probably gonna go try to stack this or farm this or something. Dazzle being chased off by the creep wave, and Darkseer knows that something must be up here. He has wall now, and they're rotating on this Invoker, but no vision, and he's just going to walk away to safety, so they need to have a ward up here if they want to come from there. Otherwise, they have to come up here. I really think they definitely needed to come from up here, and there's a stack on the Ancients, and with Gyrocopter on their team, that he can clear it over time pretty well. So if Thundercats got that out, that they might be able to steal it. Now, actually, speaking of stealing stacks, and Disruptor could be in a bit of trouble, but should be able to walk away in the end. And Luna trying to farm up this stack that Tidehunter was in the process of stealing. Gets in level 5, he has 2 mangoes and probably his boots now. Should dismantle that into Tranquils. I don't know if I like Tranquils on Tide, but lane's looking really rough for Thundercats right now. This Luna is very far behind. Only level 5. Gyro has called down just about. Actually, still also level 5. But Darkseer almost finding 2 kills. Drop the wall. And Puck will burn to death. Jukes that and just barely able to survive in the end. Sunstrike is not able to be invoked. And Witch Doctor finding the kill bot. So Puck barely evading death there. And at the same time, Thundercats find a kill on the Tidehunter and put Luna ever closer to that ever so important level 6. Speaking of level 6, Gyro now has call down. But the supports just feel very underleveled. on Thundercats. I mean, they're only like a little bit behind, but still. The lanes just don't feel like they're going that well for Thundercats. They did find that kill, but last hit-wise, they're pretty behind. Gyrocopter is almost completely uncontested. Although it was very smart of them to move their lanes. I know they, like, it was a good attempt on the aggro try, but once that first death happened, it was like, alright, we're done. It's like Luna has, that can't be, okay. So a salve on the way for himself, and then a, going for power treads, so. Luna might get glimpsed back here, gets glimpsed, and probably gonna die. Is there a point in Gush? And unfortunately going to pop to that Disruptor. And this is the issue with everyone going Maledict. I don't know if it would have saved her, but the heal points are very strong, and I feel like people just so greatly undervalue that, and it's a bit of it's a huge mistake in my opinion. The Maledict build, you don't see it very often for a reason. The heal is just, it's a lot bigger than people make it out to be. At least he has 1 point in it. Last game, Witch Doctor neglects to get a point in it for a very long time. Although given the circumstances, that's fine. You're against an ancient apparition. Healing is really, really reduced. Gyrocopter trying to vote in the call down, but surged out, no glimpse back, and gonna be able to walk out of that just fine. Luna having an extremely difficult game. Puck and Invoker same levels, but Puck behind in last hits. Snarf farming okay, but definitely behind this Gyrocopter, who has yet to die, and I don't think actually is a kill, but yeah, has yet to die and is a level ahead.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's like he's just barely going to be able to TP to safety, and Invoker grabbing a Hand of Midas, trying to build a bigger advantage, get ahead in the game, get some levels.
Tower is under attack.
Luna pressuring this tower, but Titan are on the way. Thundercats have a ward here, so they know when the enemy heroes are coming. No point in kinetic field yet, and I guess that's been working out fine, but I really think he needs to get points in kinetic field. Because otherwise Darkseer, I don't know if they can kill Darkseer without points in kinetic field. They have very limited control on the side of Classic within their support duo. Jakiro also still only level 3, so no point in Ice Path. Should probably throw on a Liquid Fire onto that tower to harass it a little bit. Haste Room bot, see who gets it. Tidehunter making an attempt at this ancient stack, and now they know he's there. And missing yet again on the Liquid Fire, or sorry, not Liquid Fire, the Dual Breath, and going to get glimpsed back and just probably lose his life. Might just try to walk away from this though, and maybe gets to TP out. Maybe find his way around, can TP out. I think he needs to TP, yeah. He's gonna die. Oh, just barely able to get away, and maybe healed up in the bout. Barely able to survive that, so well played from him. Created a lot of space, and Gyrocopter getting low sound bot. Luna chilling out, might try to go for him, but Gyro's just gonna back off, making the right play.
Dire structures are fortified.
Once again, Tide trying to farm up this huge ancient stack. Actually, with max points in Kraken Shell. It'll be slow going with only 2 points in Anchor Smash, but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Darkseer getting free farm up top, gonna be going a Mechanism as his first item, very standard. They know that this is happening. Do Thundercats want to stop it? This is going to be a massive injection of gold for the Tidehunter. They're smoked up. They're going. Puck is there this time. He has Blink Dagger, so Puck also farmed fairly well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Tidehunter goes down very quickly. And they might just try to take a couple of these ancient creeps, slow down the farm progression. Invoker has very low mana, so can't really contribute that much. Disruptor looking at the Luna. Glimpse back, needs to be careful, but should be fine. No points in kinetic field, can't trap him, and right click him down. Gonna salve up after this for sure. Luna just fine, but item progression feels non-existent on that hero. Although did get the last hit on that tower, so a fair bit of gold. Has her ult up. There is Ravage, might just turn on this, and yeah, actually going to find a kill, maybe two. Ravage popped, and instead it's her gonna be going down, so very unfortunate, very close, but well played from Classic. Baiting, like, the Luna ult will be down for quite a while now. And now Gyrocopter looks to be, he might even be in trouble, but it's actually Carwell that's going to go down. Weave to get some vision, and
Dire's top tower
unfortunately leaves yet another hero, but Puck finding the disruptor. So it's going to be up to this Puck to really make space for his team, I think. I would really like to see Thundercats pressuring the gyro so hard that they can't, that Classic can't contest the Luna. Like, just gank it with your Puck whenever you have Dream Coil. Go up there with your Darkseer, who's already hitting really hard. Go up with your the Darkseer, Jakiro, and Puck should be pressuring this this gyro really hard.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like Tidehunter will also be going for Mechanism. Gonna be dealing the Guardian Greaves this game. Invoker farming up the jungle, has Midas cooling down in 20 seconds. Luna trying to farm up a stack. She's just so far behind. She has no items at all right now, just boots in a ring. So Luna suffering. 0-2 with only 1 assist. Her first ult not quite hitting the mark.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's still no point in the Static Storm, and this is the problem with not getting points in and just a huge wall. And in fact, Darkseer looking to turn this around on the enemy team, but taking too much damage, and Dazzle rotating into heal. Now Puck is there, might look to find a return kill on someone. Just going to get the Disruptor. Has Dream Coil ready and might actually find this guy. Yep. Looks like he's in a bit of trouble now. Grave ready. But Grave, not enough mana, unfortunately, and now it looks like they're going to lose 3 heroes at top just for the Darkseer, so far, very good trade for them, and this tower going to be pressured. 2 points in Liquid Fire from the Jakiro, and now this is exactly what I think Thundercats needed to do. They create a ton of space for the Luna. Tidehunter finally finished farming up that stack and claim a tower at top lane. So Luna finally finding a little bit of space to breathe, but still not quite that much farm. Going to TP mid, farm up the lane. So Thundercats finding a little bit of breathing room, maybe trying to hit their stride a little bit. Things starting to look a little bit better for Thundercats, although Luna's still a bit behind. But now a 1k gold lead for Thundercats, basically non-existent. And XP completely even for both of these teams, so a very close game so far. It's going to come down to execution at this point. Ooh, Puck going to probably pop here. Finally getting a point in the wall, but Puck did get out. But was silenced, so could not jump away. Snarf has his ult ready. Might want to wait till level 11 before he uses it, though. Hey, give me 1 second. Someone told me my mic is having some issues, so I'm going to adjust the threshold of the mic. Alright, so hopefully that helps a little bit with the quality of the cast, and I apologize. It seems I have a lot of issues just generally with in-game audio.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gyrocopter looks to be going drums, so early game oriented, but I would rather see a Sage and Yasha.
Radiant structures are fireproof. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Now, all the heroes of Thundercats rotating top, but a little late, and someone's getting glimpsed back to base. Good Dream Coil onto the cast to bounce once, twice, and yes, able to TP to safety perhaps, might pop to the Maledict, and actually yes, does go down to damage over time, so 2 more pickoffs for Thundercats, and things are starting to spiral a little bit out of control. Mechanism now finished on the Darkseer. No tier 1s left for Classic. Things are going to get a little bit complicated. Invoker, Thundercats rotating in. Puck in position to blink soon. No Dream Coil yet, though. Cask out, gets glimpsed back, but Invoker building a Blink Dagger. But Puck gets caught in the Static Storm. Good Static Storm, but able to walk out in the end. Ravage is there. They might dedicate to try to get this puck. Puck gonna go down, it looks like, and yes, we'll go down to the right click damage, but so it was a trade for the puck and the but Snarf so far out of position. Going to also go down here. Support's not able to get him. I don't really know what he was doing there. No mana for his ultimate, so was not able to pop that to try to find some kills. So 2 huge pickoffs for Classic, only losing their Invoker in the process. Very happy. They would probably be very happy with that trade, because Snarf already extremely far behind. Gyrocopter has something on the way. It's like he drops. And Tide finishing his Blink Dagger, so Thundercats probably a bit behind now. They may have a slight gold lead, but I think they're not in a very good position right now. Things are looking very, very grim for them. Witch Doctor just trying to farm up. Puck finishing his Yules, so Puck at the top of the net worth chart, but this Luna still a little bit behind. Not as far behind the Gyro as she once was. She has found some good farm, but it's still... she needs more. She's going to farm up her own Ancient Stack this time, it looks like. So, haste on the Dazzle. Gets purged off by the Yules, and he's probably going to go down here. Nope. Puck needs to be careful. Maybe they turn this, but Puck, Blink Dagger off cooldown. Pops the Silence, going to shoot the orb out on this Dazzle, and may find the kill here, but misses the orb. Very unfortunate. Heroes now rotating in for Classic. Puck getting glimpsed back, and both teams just going to back off. Darkseer really wants to drop the wall, but they're not really in position. Snarf finds the Gyrocopter. This could be really bad. He could just pop the ult and bring down this Gyro. Yep, and that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to pop the Gyro very quickly. Team unable to respond. Puck drops the Dream Coil, snaps on the Invoker, but caught in that. Death Ward out now, but Puck's still going to go down here and just pops by that Sunstrike. And not enough damage from the Death Ward, so yet another 1-for-1 trade, and I think Thundercats need to get more than that, especially because it looks like their Witch Doctor might go down here. But Luna there now has some wand charges, might be able to pop another overheal. Huge vac wall, outstanding play from Carwizzle, and this is going to turn the fight. Maledict going to pop the Invoker very soon, and now another kill on that for them, and suddenly it looked from just a trade to a really huge swing in momentum here. Thundercats on top of a massive vac wall find 3 additional kills after picking off the Gyrocopter, and will be able to pressure this tower. With maxed Liquid Fire, the tower will have a very hard time, as this creep wave is going to die extremely slowly thanks to the attack speed slow. Carwizzle cutting the wave, and all lanes pushing out in favor of Thundercats except for the bot lane, but Puck on his way to farm it, and it's like Thundercats are going to be able to claim this tower. No Tidehunter, no Invoker for a while. Ravage not used that last fight. Could have changed things a little bit, and the top tower will pop. Call down committed, but doesn't matter. Spell is an extremely short cooldown, so very well played from Thundercats, able to swing momentum back in their favor, find a really good fight, and their Luna survives, bringing herself a Yasha, so her farm speed going to accelerate quite a bit now. Luna now neck and neck with the Gyro and net worth despite her really bad first 5 minutes of the game. And we're going to look towards their Ancient Stack, and Classic just need to find some farms, find some levels, and build a little bit more of an advantage. And I think one of their issues is actually vision. If we take a look at their vision, they have really poor vision on the map. Classic, that is. Just look at how the minimap is. It's just really not that great vision. So I think that's something that they need to address, although wards may be out of stock right now. Thundercats should utilize their smokes as best they can, and Darkseer finishing up Guardian Greaves pretty quickly too, and this item is going to be really big. Puck in danger. Classic smoked up, but no Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger on the Invoker, but Puck just going to walk away.
Dire's middle tower is
Witch Doctor farming up bot lane. He has a smoke, and Thundercats may choose to use it at some point in the near future. So Luna pulling just barely ahead of that Gyrocopter after farming her Ancient Stack, but there is one here. They have a creep watching it and are going to be using the creep stack. Aether Lens now finished on Jakiro, so very long range Ice Path, very long range Dual Breath, and actually Witch Doctor gets picked off by a 4-man gank. Although I think Thundercats is okay with that. I think, you know, they'd rather lose their Witch Doctor than pretty much any of their other heroes. Witch Doctor is still very close to level 11. No Macro Pyre yet, which I understand. The spell is not terribly strong.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And just the 1 or 2 points in the rocket, actually 3 points. Jaro is level 13, so Puck invis, this could be huge, and now a silence, a huge eclipse, and just heroes melting on the side of Classic. Puck dodging the meatball, and they don't really have anything left to cancel, so Invoker TPing out, but they still get 2 good pickoffs, and another good exchange for Thundercats, losing their Witch Doctor, but finding the Tidehunter and the Dazzle. And now Jakiro in trouble. I don't really know why he was up here, but across the map ends up being okay for Classic. Jakiro going to be maxing out his Ice Path before he gets points in Macro Pyre. Very understandable. The spell, Macro Pyre is kind of a hard spell to utilize. So, plus the control they get, and actually Gyrocopter TPing in, has no ultimate. Might have got a little ahead of himself, is all alone, completely isolated from his team, and there's a glimpse back, but actually glimpsing them back towards that guy. And now Ravage comes, catching on 4 heroes. Invoker there, looks like Puck's in trouble, able to phase shift away briefly. They do get the Gyrocopter, and might be able to retreat here. Cask bouncing, trying to slow down the chase. Luna will at least be able to get away. They will be losing their Witch Doctor though. Luna needs to get out of here. Tidehunter Blink cooling down. Jakiro shows up, chops the stun, catching on 2. Puck picking off the Dazzle in the back at the same time, so well played from Salts, and now glimpse back, but it looks like a good vacuum wall, forcing even more heroes to go down. Oh, just barely missing that and not able to catch the Invoker, but still catching 4 heroes. Thundercats able to turn around on that and find a lot of kills and perhaps a tower and maybe even Roshan. Thundercats building their lead. Luna now ahead of both the Invoker and the Gyrocopter. Darkseer probably closing in on a Blink Dagger too. Won't be much longer now. This tower is going to go down very quickly. Thundercats might just look to Roshan, or maybe they're at least going to find this Ancient Stack and will probably just steal it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The Ancient Stack going to be stolen by Thundercats, or they end up leaving it. I guess heroes are coming up. Invoker able to snipe Puck and get out of there with 88 health. So well played from Rose, finding that pick. It's like they want Roche, but now is not the time, I don't think. Classic know that they're there, and 2 heroes caught inside the Static Storm. Witch Doctor dies instantly, and now Darkseer in trouble. Luna has her ult ready, huge vac wall, and just pulling them into the Ice Path, and they just lose so many heroes so fast. Classic Joker, what looked really good for them, turns into a complete disaster, losing 4 heroes in a heartbeat. Amazing amazing Ice Path and amazing wall from the Darkseer, just a perfect synergy, and that's the strength of their draft. They have a lot of heroes that synergize amazingly well with this Darkseer, and now they might be able to find Roche, but Sunstrike might actually be able to find a kill here if the heroes of Thundercats aren't careful. This Roche is very slow. With the control from the Jakiro might be better, and Jakiro gonna have to be really careful tanking up this Roshan. Invoker going for an Agonist after his next item. Will Thundercats be able to do this? They might just have to leave. It's looking really bad. Puck shows up, so maybe now they can finally get this Roshan, but the enemy Heroes of Classic respawning. Their T2 is dead though, so unable to TP to fight at this Roche pit. Thundercats getting this Roche builds even more momentum, and this will also be the completed BKB of Luna. Sunstrike going out, but not connecting on anyone this time. Witch Doctor placing a ward defensively, making sure that they can get this Roche safely, and Luna picking up the Aegis. Now Thundercats building a pretty convincing lead. 8k gold lead for Thundercats, and now Classic should not try to, they shouldn't seek out a fight here. Classic should really just try to defend and counter-engage. Counter-engage with your Ravage, your Static Storm, Call Down. They have really good team fight, but if Thundercats get the jump on them, especially if they get the silence on, say, the Tidehunter, then things are looking really bad for them being able to claim a fight. And Tidehunter going to be going for Guardian Greaves now that he has finished his Blink. But now, Aether Lens completed on the Jakiro. Witch Doctor level 11. Jakiro level 13. And now, Luna level 16. After her bad start, I'm really impressed with how she's come back. because Invoker playing very well. Classic certainly not out of the game yet. They just need one good team fight and they can take the game. But I think they just have to kill this Darkseer. This Darkseer has won. Like, they have to pick him off or stay spread enough to not get caught in these huge back walls. I mean, Carwizzle has made these team fights for his team. He has made every single one of these fights for his team. So they have to catch him inside the Static Storm. They have to catch him somehow. They have to prevent him from getting that back wall or stay spread enough to not get caught inside it. Carwizzle just playing an amazing game of Dota, and Aghanim Scepter now completed on the Invoker, so 2-second cooldown. Actually, yeah, 2-second cooldown now on Invoke. It's going to be dropping his null tally for it, I hope. This Invoker very scary, could make huge plays for his team. Darkseer now has a Blink Dagger too, so it's going to be even harder for them to avoid these Blink walls. Puck also going in Aghanim Scepter, trying to find more control for his team. I think that's a pretty smart choice, and now Thundercats smoking up and going on the aggressive. They know they have the advantage right now, and they want to just accelerate that lead. They may find the Dazzle, but that's not the kill they want. Finding the Tidehunter would be very good too. They know he's there. Is he going to be able to blink away? Not quite, and now Tidehunter dies very, very fast, but pops the Ravage defensively, and now they're not going to have it for the high ground defense. Tidehunter dead for 40 seconds, and Ravage down for 140. These heroes completely healed up from the Guardian Greaves, and now Thundercats going to be able to make a push down the mid lane, knowing that there's no Ravage, and without the Ravage, it's going to be even harder for Classic to defend. I think the Tidehunter just panicked a little bit, and that could cost his team quite a lot. Gyrocopter just trying to pressure in that tower, but Thundercats content to trade in a tier 2 for a tier 1. Puck finishing Ag, so now Dream Coil stun duration is very, very strong. And Dream Coil's damage also a bit higher now. This Liquid Fire just preventing the tower from killing Creep Wave at a reasonable time at all. It's like Luna in a bit of a bind, getting bursted down pretty quick. Huge back wall once again, but not enough follow-up this time. Puck blinking in, jaunting into the worst possible place inside the Static Storm. Called doing quite a bit of damage. Deathboard doing tons of damage to the Gyrocopter. He's going to go down to it in the end, maybe? Nope, just barely able to survive. Luna respawning, has Eclipse, popped her Eclipse earlier, has BKB ready though. Jakiro trying to find some damage, pops the Macro Pyre, Invoker finding Jakiro in the back, and now, but Invoker going to go down to the Malediction, buyback on the Dazzle. Gyrocopter shooting out the rocket, Tidehunter on the chase, glimpse back on Luna, and this is the hero they can't afford. She needs to pop her BKB, but doesn't want to, and maybe just thinks she can save it, but I think she really needed that BKB, and going to go down in the end. Now Puck also in trouble. Blinking away. Going to try to jaunt and maybe even kill the Tidehunter, but she does kill Tidehunter, jukes the missile, and might be able to get to safety. But this fight, really bad for Thundercats. They were kind of poorly positioned. Yet another hit on the call down, but unfortunately not able to find the Puck in the end. Huge team fight for Classic, although their advantage was negated a little bit from the buyback. And I think Thundercats took that at a weird place. I mean, the back wall was really good right here. There was no follow-up. They didn't have Ice Path, they didn't land the Dream Coil, there was no follow-up to it, and it was a really good play from Carwizzle, but maybe jumped the gun a bit, thinking to himself he could get that, but was not able to in the end. And Jakiro going for an Aghanim Scepter to have the massively long range on the Macro Pyre. Luna's next item looks to be Manta Style, so she's going to be having that pretty soon. Although this Invoker playing very, very well, 5-4, but will he be able to carry his team? This Gyrocopter has fallen a little bit behind, not terribly behind, but dying in fights pretty quickly, and once Witch Doctor finds level 16, which will be a very long time, so not even really a factor. But just a bit of a miscommunication, it felt like, from Thundercats. I think they should have just let the Luna just tank whatever they were throwing at her and push that tower. So Puck sitting on top of 2k gold, Salt's just probably thinking about what to buy. Could go Shiva's. A sheep stick would be really good. Tyler are trying to farm up his ancients. Dazzle did finish his medallion a little while ago, so they have that added bit of damage. And Jakiro just about finishing up his Aghanim Scepter.
I'll take that.
Puck shoving out the bot lane, applying a little bit of pressure and farming up. Not sure when Roche is going to be up. You'll know in a few minutes. I mean, Thundercats just lost the Aegis, so Thundercats really want to try to get that. They might. Puck getting right in the middle of the fight. Luna ult popped, but soaked up a lot by this creep. Now, a good back wall, a huge ravage, but Luna BKB'd up, able to ignore it. Now things actually look to be turning on the Thundercats. Carwizzle dying very, very quickly, but Luna doing so much damage. Gyro on the other end at the same time also doing a lot of damage. Caught in that ice path though, and now Casket to slow him down a little bit more. Luna hit by Cold Snap, but it looks like both teams just going to disengage in another favorable trade for Thundercats, finding 3 heroes and keeping their Luna alive, only losing the Darkseer in the process, and yet again another used up Ravage. Fortunately not able to snipe anyone with that, and Aghanim Scepter on the way for Jakiro. And with Scepter, pretty good damage per second actually, like actually pretty substantial damage per second, but look at this cast range. Look at this. He can just honestly throw that up high ground and just push. While that's going, because how long does it last? 10 seconds? Yeah, wait, Scepter duration, 20 seconds? So you can sit with your ult going for 20 seconds. Just have it up high ground. They'll be really afraid to fight. Like if it hits to back here, it's going to be really, they're going to have to approach, Classic going to have to approach the fights from an awkward angle or else soak up a lot of damage. Now Luna sitting on top of 2k gold. Wonder what he's going to go next. Puck going for the Dagon build, so trying to get some burst. Probably a decent choice, but Invoker I think is going to be building a BKB, knowing that he needs to be able to survive from all the magical burst, although thanks to the Puck Ags, the Dream Coil snap will still stun him for a very long time. So Puck has Dagon 2 now. Pretty big nuke. So things going very well for Thundercats. Once again, they do have a good lead right now. Not as substantial as last game, but it's still a big lead. So this game looking pretty good for Thundercats, and give me one moment. I received a message.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
So Classic in a bit of trouble here. Their Gyrocopter not terribly far behind, and Invoker, so they have it in them to win a fight, but Thundercats executing their combo very well, and this Darkseer has been completely instrumental in winning the fights for them. Classic smoked up in the jungle now, looking to find some kills. Unable to find anything there. Thundercats actually smoked up on the opposite side of the map. Both teams just gonna look at each other. However, Thundercats has a wave there. They might try to take this tower. No fortification for Dire. They may be willing to trade.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Thundercats pop the fortification. Classic see that they're all bot, but actually rotating a hero bot, even though I think Puck maybe going to try to cancel the TPs. Puck getting glimpsed back up top, so he's going to be there for his team to fight, although Yamp going to go down. Death Ward popped, and but so is the Eclipse. Eclipse not finding that much. Tide getting a huge ravage on all 5 heroes, except actually 4 heroes, not just a hero. And Tide going to just barely survive this. Call down hitting a lot of heroes, but Luna just so beefy out, just doing so much damage, just completely ignoring all these things thanks to her BKB. And now Dreamcoil popped on the Gyrocopter. He may get popped though. If he pops that BKB, he's in trouble, getting right click down to death by the Luna. Luna now in trouble herself though. No BKB, might go down to this rocket. Your team gonna be able to save her. Gyrocopter goes down, no buyback available. Puck still there, although all the heroes on Thundercats getting kind of low. But now Invoker in trouble. Puck gonna pops the Invoker with his Dagon, and now Puck gonna go down. Oh no, heals himself to safety. Invoker buying back though. Puck going to dodge the tornado, but could be in trouble anyway, trying to blink away, able to juke the Invoker's auto attack, and now Thundercats able to take this fight without losing a single hero yet. Once again, playing so very well. Vacuum ready, they're going to get this lane of racks, and now Invoker has to be careful. Dazzle's back, has Grave ready. Yet another, looks like Disruptor buying back, trying to defend this lane of racks, but Luna doing so much damage to these towers, and Jakiro also helping with his liquid fire, pressuring these towers so hard. Puck in a little bit of trouble, gets comboed up, is going to be able to just barely save himself, but where to get guns back to? Puck. And now Invoker, the only hero, the Invoker and Tide, the only heroes left standing. No Ravage available, has Mechanism, but it's like Thundercat's going to go back, maybe try to get Roshan. Car Whistle just... Now Puck, is that Dagon 4 or Dagon 5? 4. Close to Dagon 5. So we're trying to zone them out. Arcane Rune being pinged out by the Witch Doctor. Wonder which hero they're going to give it to. Witch Doctor TPing back to base, grabbing his Aghanim Scepter, so even more AoE damage coming out from Thundercats, and team fights just got that much harder for Classic. Hero also doing very well this game, and the support duo of Thundercats once again just feels like they're outperforming the support duo of Classic. Not even that the heroes are better, it just feels like they're playing better. They've got more synergy together. Luna, where did BKB go? Wait, what? Did she like drop it or sell it? I'm really confused. Where did her BKB go? That's weird. That's odd. Did she dismantle it? I don't think you can do that. Alright, so now with the Aegis, Thundercat's going to be looking for that last train of racks, trying to grab Mega Creeps. This could be the end. Fortification's still not quite up for Classic, and if Megas come, I don't think they have the team or the damage to handle the Mega Creeps, and especially considering Thundercats still have all their Tier 2 towers up, it'll be nigh impossible for Classic to come back from that. And now Luna just running in with absolutely no fear. Pops the Eclipse, trying to find some pickoffs, and huge Ravage on 3, but is it going to be enough? Luna doing a ton of damage to all these heroes. Puck has himself used, and the Death Ward doing so much damage, picking off 2 heroes, and now looks like the Invoker's in trouble too, but just barely going to be able to walk away from that. Gyrocopter taking down the Luna's Aegis. Puck has himself picked up, but going to juke that, and Car Whistle going to go down to the Gyrocopter, but now Gyro all alone and going to get popped by Thundercats, and this looks like it could be the tower. Gyro buys back. Thundercats might be careful, but knowing they have 4, they have a huge number advantage on these guys, and might just continue a tornado catching on the Luna and the Witch Doctor. Fortification is popped, but Thundercats going to keep trying to get this push. They're clearing out the creep wave. Puck going to have to blinks away to safety. Luna pops her Manta. They want to push this. Luna Illusion's just cleaning up, and Thundercats going to back off and try to play it safe. Yeah, I don't know where her BKB went. So Thundercats not quite getting that tier 3 tower down, forcing buyback though on the Gyrocopter. They did lose their Aegis, so they do have Butterfly and the BKB now on the Luna though, so they could probably take a fight, and I think they should aim to. So Thundercats once again looking really strong, owning a sudden 25k gold lead. Got that about 5 minutes ago, 10ish. Yeah, about 5 minutes ago they jumped above the 25k gold lead mark, and XP not a very different story. So Thundercats definitely in control of this game. Luna shoving out the lanes with her illusions. These illusions are very tanky with the Butterfly. Puck finishing Dig on 5. Lots of burst damage coming out. Going to blow up these. At least these supports are going to just disappear. Gyrocopter has SNY. Probably had it for a little while now. Sitting on top of 2k gold. Smoker to seat on the Witch Doctor. Looks like they want to gather up and find something. Luna with the Kobold creep. Move speed aura. They're grouping up to smoke. Maybe gonna group up behind the Luna. Like she's gonna push and then they're gonna smoke behind her. Although it's a pretty obvious trick, I feel like, to do that. Like smoke up and have your carry standing out in the front, way overextended. But Classic fall for that. And now Ward spotting out these heroes. And if the smoke comes now, but the Courier just going back to base. Looks like they're getting ready to fight here. Ravage is ready. Weave, Static Storm, Call Down. Everyone's got all of their tools. Tornado to connect. Luna suddenly no mana for her ultimate, but doesn't care. Witch Doctor and the Dazzle just vanishes. No Grave, no Weave. Static Storm and his Ravage catching quite a few heroes. Snarf popping his BKB. Right click the Death Ward doing tons of damage to these heroes. Just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. Caught several in the Ice Path and 2 down from Puck, and the Death Ward just putting out massive DPS, and now this looks like it is GG. Puck ending the game with an ultra kill, and really well. Thundercats playing an extremely coordinated game of Dota, grabbing Megas and ending the game with just about 30k gold lead. So Thundercats take this series 2-0, their first time going 2-0 this season, I believe, and outstanding play from them, just executing their strategies perfectly both games and coming out on top. Just a display of force for them. And Classic, unfortunately, ending this series 0-2, not winning one of these games, unable to tie it up, but they always have next week, and they did play very well. This game, they put up a much better fight this game than the first game, but Classic definitely have it in them to win games, and I look forward to seeing both of these teams as this league advances. We're only going into week 4 next week, so the 4th series of both these teams going to be played sometime next week, after Thursday probably, but thank you everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you're watching on Twitch, please follow. And if you did enjoy my cast or did not enjoy my cast, please let me know why. I take it all very seriously and would really like to do my best to improve. So thank you very much. I hope you appreciated my cast, and I appreciate your viewership. So have a good night, everyone. And I might actually be going to cast another game right now. We'll see. So thank you once again. Okay. Alright, so that's all, and it looks like I'm not going to be casting that other game, but thank you all for tuning in, and I appreciate your viewership again, and I also would really appreciate feedback from you. So if you can give me some feedback, send me a message on Twitch, add me on Steam, and just let me know. I take it all very, very seriously. So thank you very much once again, and I'll catch you guys next time.